Hey, all right, we're going to talk about our new project today, the logo from your questionnaire. All right, you will see this in our folder. Here's the questionnaire. You don't have to print it out like I did. But what I want you to do is at least look at it, write some answers down. Here's mine. So, Nikki Bloomer, I wanted to be a gymnast when I was little. My favorite color is pink. Um, my favorite animal, I'm trying to read this through it, dolphin or manatee. My favorite food is sushi. My favorite sport is paddleboarding. Circle, what does that say? Circle one that speaks to you, adventure. Circle one environment that you love. I had to choose ocean over beach. And then circle your favorite movie genre, okay? All right, so now at this step, I want you to choose 2 or 3 words from your questionnaire to play off of. That's going to be your logo base. I want you to create a fake business out of those 2 or 3 words, all right? I'm going to choose Pink Bloomers Flower Boutique, or maybe Flower Shop. Okay, so Pink Bloomers Flower Shop. All right, so at this stage of the game, I will probably go and do some research. For me, that's my funnest part of a project, is to do lots and lots of research so I am prepared to become creative. That's really how I set the mood. I have my music. I usually light a candle. I make sure I'm uninterrupted for, an hour. I try not to go more than an hour because that's bad for your brain. All right, so new file, letter. I'm going to make sure that's inches. I'm going to make sure this is set at portrait, and we're going to go. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and type my fake business, Pink Bloomers Flower Shop. All right, I'm probably going to split this later on. Flower Shop. All right, so here's the name of my fake business, and I'm going to go do some research. I'm going to do some research on pink flowers. Yep. I'm going to come here to images. Right here, if you guys are in Chrome, right here is a really cool little aspect of Chrome. Hit Tools and come down here to Size. Make this large. That is going to make the images that you choose, excuse me, high resolution, and you might want to use some of this stuff in your logo. Ooh, look at that. All right, so I'm just going to start dragging and dropping to my document. Oh, that thing is huge. Okay, I'm going to reduce this. See how my cursor changes to like a up and down arrow? I'm going to hold shift so that that sizes proportionally, and I'm going to reduce this. You can also reduce and enlarge over here somewhere, but I rarely use this scale tool just because, oops, hold the shift key down, just because it's easier to manipulate the size by doing this, okay? Make sure you hold down the shift key. If you don't, this is what happens, okay? Okay, so research, that's cute. And this is kind of a cool look. It's like a sticker look that, I might want to use. I'm going to reduce this, hold the shift key. I'm using the selection tool to move it around. Yeah. Okay, and when I do research, I put all my research on the outside, just because I want my main design area to be, you know, clutter-free. So let me go get a couple more flowers. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, drag and drop. Reduce, hold the shift key down. Gosh, that thing is huge. That is super cute. I might use that one. But you see what I'm doing, all right? So that's cute. It's too simple for me though. Yeah, so you see what I'm doing. Oh, that might be pretty. Okay, drag and drop. Scale. We're going to make that a little bit smaller. Hold your shift key down. All right, so now with your Adobe font knowledge, I want you to go pick some fonts that might look cool, okay? I've put a lot of information in our file. Please take a look at it. The information that I put in our files, it's like a book. We don't have books yet. We don't have books for this class. All my multiple folders within our project folder will have information that will be used for that project. So take a look at all this stuff. We're going to be using all of this information for this logo. The principles of design, I just want you guys to be aware of. We're going to cover that more in GRD 152 and then 142 later on, but I just want you to be aware. A lot of this stuff I want you to review initially. Definitely the psychology of color, and I'm going to be talking about that right now. So for my pink blossom or pink bloomers, I'm going to look at all this stuff. Femininity, yeah, maybe. Creativity, intuition, calm. Up here, sweet. Sophistication, even though that's spelled wrong. Sweet, I love that. Okay, so I'm going to be thinking of those words and those colors when I'm designing this logo. Also, take a look at psychology of fonts. This is very important. I think a lot of you guys who are taking my type class have already discovered this, but you're going to want to know all this information. Serif is traditional, sans serif. Just go down the line, take a look at everything, please. It's going to help you out in the long run, especially in my class. Okay, so here are the tutorials for the Adobe fonts. Hierarchy, please take a look at that. Type on a path. If you guys want a circular logo, that's super good information. All right, so I'm going to jump back to my logo that I'm creating. So I want this to be probably script. So I'm going to come over here to my character panel, and once again, come down here to type, pop out my character panel, and I'm going to start looking around for different, ooh, looky there. I might use that for flower shop. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, holding the shift key down. So I'm going to try a script font. I have, ooh, I downloaded that one yesterday. I have lots of fonts. Please look at Adobe fonts, okay? Sometimes when you have a really large script font like this, you're going to want to arrange this a little bit different, because if you see, I cannot get to that other flower shop text line. Come to Object, Arrange, Send Backwards. All right, so now I can mess around with both. Arrange is important. You're going to need to learn about arrange. All right, so this is good. This is one variation that I love. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste it. because I'm basically going to be manipulating the same information but with different fonts. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Cute. I'm going to go for something a little more basic or a little more, boring. Ooh, neighbor. Yeah, that's cool. So definitely remember your font pairing information. Take a look at that tutorial because this is also a very good start to a good logo. Font pairing is the basis of a good logo. All right, so for this one, I'm going to make this a little larger. I'm also going to use this one to show another wonderful aspect of making your fonts a little bit more legible. Come over here to tracking, and I'm going to hit that up. Notice how the space in between letters is growing, okay? So I'm going to make this much wider. You can also use this flyout menu and choose different values, okay? To make sure this is on top of each other, aligned the same, I'm going to select both. I'm just going to draw a box around this. And where's my align? Okay, I'm going to pop out my align panel and hit center. Yep. I'll go through that again. Okay, watch that. Line center. You can play around with this. I want it to align in center. You guys can get fancy. Come up top to this little, see how my cursor changes to like a curvy arrow? Play with that because that might look kind of cool eventually. I'm going to move these down. Let's do one more. Copy, paste. You guys get the drift. So looky there. Okay, so I'm going to take this object, and once again I'm going to use the arrange aspect. Send to the very back. Yay! You can't really read what this says, so I'm going to mess around with the font color. I might even make that a little bit, might even make that a little bit transparent. Oh, I like that one. Okay, so that might be one logo. I'm also going to use this one. I'm going to play around. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So I'm going to enlarge this. Okay, you see where I'm going. This one, and I want you guys to mess around with color too, please, all right? I'm going to pop out my color panel. We have my color panel. I have my swatches and my color panel attached. So I'm going to try, I don't know, I really want a dark green. So I'm going to choose this dark green. Notice how that isn't dark enough. Also, this looks like it has a little bit of blue in it. So I'm going to come down here to my color panel and I'm going to mess around, see how that's changing that dark green. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe make it a little less yellow. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so something like that. You guys see where I'm going. You don't have to make it look like mine. You don't have to make it aligned like mine. You can mess around with this. You can turn this sideways if you want. Push this over here. Play around with it. Have fun. Let's see, how many variations did I tell you guys to do? 3 variations, okay? So 3 variations. 3 variations would be maybe like this. Okay, something like that. You can even change your variations entirely, but keep the same fake business, okay? Because I want you to understand the different options that you might want to give future clients. Please look at the circular logo tutorial that I got you guys. We talked about Adobe fonts. Consider your target audience. I put that information in our folder. The target audience is the audience that you're aiming your logo or your art or your article at. So be aware, all right? Ideal people to connect. Once again, I'm thinking of my psychology of color. I want people to look at this logo and think sweet and loving. I think we talked about everything. Go forth and conquer and have a good time.